Hi friends, welcome back with another video. And in this video we are going to discuss most important literary devices and terms. Literary devices refer to the typical structures used by writers in their works to convey his or her messages in simple manner to their readers. When employed properly, the different literary devices help readers to appreciate, interpret and analyze a literary work. So here are some important literary devices and terms. Allegory, a figurative narrative in which some hidden meaning is to be read in between the lines. The underlying idea is usually moral or ethical. The chief devices employed by a writer of allegory are personification and metaphor, or the expression of abstract ideas in concrete terms. The notable examples of allegory in English literature are Spenser's Faerie Queene and Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress. Alliteration, the repetition of an initial consonant sound in words that are close together, such as within a single sentence or line of poetry. People use alliterative phrases frequently in everyday conversation. For example, rocky road, big business, jumping jacks, tough talk. Allusion, an indirect reference to something outside the text, usually a person, place, thing or idea, that is generally familiar to the intended audience. Allusions often refer to historical events or people, other works of literature, mythology, or popular culture. Anachronism, a historically inaccurate detail in literary work, included by the author, either unintentionally or deliberately. In Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, the characters refer to a clock striking 3. This is an anachronism, because clocks had not been invented at the time Julius Caesar lived. Anagram, a word or phrase that can be spelled by rearranging the letters of another word or phrase. For example, a gentleman, elegant man, astronomer, moon starer. Analogy, a comparison that explains how two dissimilar things are similar in some ways, usually with the purpose of explaining complex ideas or making a persuasive argument. The philosopher William Paley used a famous analogy to argue for the existence of God. Paley compared the universe to a watch made up of many small parts, all working together for a clear purpose. Like the watch, Paley argued the universe must have been created by an intelligent designer because it was too complex to have come into existence by chance. Anaphora. Anaphora is when a certain word or phrase is repeated at the beginning of clauses or sentences that follow each other. This repetition emphasizes the phrase while adding rhythm to the passage, making it more memorable and enjoyable to read. For example, imagine you are frustrated and tired with your friend who is making the same mistakes over and over again. I am sick and tired of you letting me down. I am sick and tired of you making me mad. I am sick and tired of you doing such silly things. Antagonist, a character or force in a story that opposes or works against the goals of the protagonist, main character. For example, in Shakespeare's Othello, Iago served as the antagonist, abusing Othello's trust in order to sabotage his happy marriage. Antihero, a protagonist, main character of a story who lacks heroic qualities such as integrity, courage, and morality. Antithesis, a rhetorical technique that uses parallel grammatical structure to contrast two opposite ideas. For example, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Aphorism, a brief, memorable statement that captures a broad universal truth or idea. For example, Benjamin Franklin's Poor Witcher's Almanac contain many well-known aphorisms. Two of the most famous are "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." Number 2, God helps those who help themselves. Apostrophe. As a literary device, an apostrophe is a poetic phrase or speech made by a character that is addressed to a subject that is not literally present in the literary work. The subject may be dead, absent, an inanimate object, or even an abstract idea. For example, in John Donne's poem Death Be Not Proud, the poet addresses death as if it is a living present person. Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. Archetype. An archetype is an idea, symbol, pattern, or character type in a story. It's any story element that appears again and again in stories from cultures around the world and symbolizes something universal in the human experience. Assonance. Repetition of similar vowel sounds within words and phrases, commonly used for a lyrical effect in a poetry and other literary forms. Assonance most often refers to the repetition of internal vowel sounds in words that do not end the same. For example, "He fell asleep under the cherry tree" is a phrase that features assonance with the repetition of the long E vowel, despite the fact that the words containing this vowel do not end in the perfect rhymes.